I wanted to play a game with you.
Sure.
Okay, because you're a wolf and I'm a shark, right? So I want to play. What were we calling it? Was it it's two truths and a lie? But this is going to be two wolves and a shark. All right,
what's the game?
I want to test my skills against one of the greatest. I'm going to tell you 3 stories, and I want you to tell me which one's truth, which two are true, and which one am I lying about? Okay, you ready? All right, first one. When I lived in the castle, my brother and I lost everything. We're in this like 7,000 square foot house. The mortgage business crashed. We had no money left. We're going literally month to month, seeing how we can find the money in order to make a mortgage payment to survive till we sell it.
Right.
At one point, we got so desperate, we put our house all over these different websites to rent out our house. And we got a call from a porno company. And they said, we'd like to rent your house out for a porno. We pay, $8,000 for the day. But we use your house in a porno. And I said, oh man, I don't know. We're not in the porno, but they would shoot there. And I looked at my brother. I was like, we don't have a choice. So there was a porno shot in the castle that we lived in and owned.
Okay.
All right, that's number 1. Number 2, I'm out there and I see a property that I love. I lock it up and I buy it for $2.6 million. I close on the house, which I had enough financing for, but I needed financing in order to redo the house to flip it. My financing fell out. I'm now stuck with a house that I just bought for $2.6 million.
Okay.
Financing's out. I'm freaking out. I can't get a loan. So what do? I go to Home Depot. I buy $10,000 worth of paint. I put on my old football jersey and I paint the house a different color. I end up selling it 30 days later for $3.6 million, $1 million profit in 30 days.
Okay.
I'm in the delivery room. My wife is having Lexi, my daughter, 2.5 years ago. I'm sitting there and my phone rings on a deal that I've been trying to work for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm negotiating the deal while my wife is in labor with Lexi.
Right.
My goal, because my dad's a gynecologist, was always to be able to deliver my own baby. I'm delivering my...
Is this part of the same... Which is this?
No, this is the third story.
Oh, it's the third story.
Okay. You got the porno story, you got the...
the flip story.
You got the flip story, and then you got this. And so...
Third story sounds an awful like my life.
I'm there. I deliver my own daughter, Lexi, out of my wife, while on hold for the deal that I end up closing after the delivery.
Okay.
Which one of those 3 is fake?
The third.
I was not on hold. I did deliver my wife's baby, but I was not on hold.
Of course not.
How'd you know?
Because I'm a lot like you, and my wife would divorce me. And I listen, I made some big mistakes, but I think one of the big mistakes I made was I was out of balance with my drugs when my second child was living. I fell asleep on my wife's stomach while the baby was coming out. I overdosed on Ludes, and I fell asleep between her legs, and they had to wake me up with smelling salts. But I didn't mean to do that. I wouldn't have consciously said, let me do something like that. So I said, you know what? And that's a sacred moment when your child is born. It really is. Those are some of the greatest moments in my life, right? So that was it.
That was awesome.
Why? Do most people get that?
Honestly, I just made it up on the car.
Oh, you just made it?
Yeah, this is for you. I don't do this with everybody.
Really?
This is Jordan Belfort's podcast only.
How about I tell you 3 stories? You tell me which one is true, right?
Your stories are going to be better. I know that.
No. I'll tell you 3 stories, right? Okay, ready? True story, right?
So I gotta choose which one's
which one is right. Okay, right? First story. Now I'm going to use stories from the movie, but let's see which one is real or which one's not real. I'll tell you a story, right? So when I first realized I was under investigation, right? The FBI agent was this guy named Agent Coleman, right? And I was advised not to reach out to this guy. But I figured, what the fuck? I have nothing to hide. Why not? Right? What's the big deal? So I said, let me go out there and try to touch base. I offer him, say, hey, listen, I know what's going on all over Wall Street, and kind of give him an edge, give him a roadmap that I'm not really the bad guy. So I did invite him, as like you saw in the movie, great scene. I invite him on my yacht.
Yeah.
All right. And we have this meeting, and I don't really try to bribe him, but like I make a big show, and that's that. And while he doesn't arrest me right then and there, it sort of set us up as sort of adversaries for a while. We ultimately became friends because he was on my podcast recently. But that one scene was, where I came about this close to the line of trying to bribe an FBI agent. That's number one. Okay?
Okay.
That's the first story. Second story is when I was actually in the yacht and it was, taking it out, it was going to sink. The reason I took the yacht out in the movie, they say it's because I had to get back to Switzerland to sign some papers because my aunt, there's a whole song and dance. The truth is that I took a bad dose of quaaludes. I didn't balance my drugs correctly, and I got into what's called the movement phase. In other words, like I had too much ups and downs in my system, and I said, I can't sit in one spot. If I sit in one spot, I will die. So when I got to the yacht and there was a storm in the, like you couldn't make the cross, I said, Captain Mark, I said, if you stay in the harbor, I'll die. You have to take the yacht across to Sardinia. We're in Rome, going to Sardinia. He goes, we'll make it. We'll break some plates. I said, just go. He says, all right, let's go. The storm kicked up into a freak gales, force 7, right? 54 waves, bam, the yacht sinks. And it was all because of this bad dose of quaaludes.
Okay.
The move. That's the second story, right? Third story is I was in Florida going to a back. You have a bad back? I had a bad back. I went to this back rehab place, right? I was sober for like 7 days now, which is a fucking miracle back then, right? In the 90s for me, right? 7 days sober. My friend comes down. He's a world-class drug addict, right? He's stoned out of his mind on ludes and coke, right? He ends up drowning in my pool. We're doing underwater laps. He's stoned. He gets to one side. He drowns. I go and I pull him up. I save him. I give him mouth to mouth. He vomits in my mouth, all right? And he's barely breathing. They go to the emergency room. We all go. It's like a disaster, right? He's like 40 years old. The kid's a very rich guy. He's actually the CEO of Perriel's, all right? We get to the emergency room. He's in there. He's dying. The guy, they can't get him to actually breathe on his own. His pulse is weak. He's about to die. Another famous doctor named Dr. Barth Green runs in because he was a friend of mine. He gave a lot of money to his foundation in Florida. He goes, you come with me. Grabs me. We go into the emergency room, and there's my friend dying. He's hooked up to monitors and this and that, and all the doctors like, Dr. Green, what are you doing here? He's a famous doctor, right? Neurosurgeon, right? He looks at my friend, and he's like just dead, basically, and he grabs him by the shoulders. He looks in his eyes. He goes, Elliot, wake up. And I was, and Elliot opens up. He saves this. He just guy wakes up out of nowhere, right? All the doctors are like, oh my God, that was the most amazing. I'm like, that's the most amazing. And as I shook my head to the right, I saw a glint of a piece of metal. So I'm like, oh, look, what's that? It was a syringe. So I kind of eyed over, and it was a syringe full of morphine. So everyone's looking at the patient. So I say, well, I grabbed the needle, right? I think I'll just take the morphine. Now I was sober for 7 days, right? I put it in my pocket. It's kind of, I feel my pocket getting warm. It's like burning a hole in my pocket. It's like, I said, excuse me, I have to go over and tell everyone the good news. I go outside, all right? I say, guys, Elliot's going to live. I said, I got to go to the bathroom. I run to the bathroom. I pull down my shorts. I go to jab myself in the ass. I'm like, fuck. It was like a safety. There's no plunger. It was a cartridge with a needle, but no plunger. I'm devastated, all right? Idea. I run out to the gift shop. I buy a blow pop lollipop, okay? I go back into the bathroom, pull my pants down. I inject myself. Blow pop is the plunger. Boom. I hit a vein. I get like 5 milligrams of morphine all at once. I fall on the floor. My eyes are burning. My mouth is dry, and I'm loving it, right? So now I'm crawling on the floor of the bathroom. I'm like, all right, I have to go. All my friends are in there waiting. I got to go there, right? So I now wash my face. I start walking down the hall, okay? I'm walking down the hallway, bouncing from this place. And an old Jewish couple walks by me. I'm like, hi, how you doing? I'm like, hi. And then she's like, Sonny boy. I'm like, what? She goes, I'm like, what? She goes, you took us, Jewish ass. I forgot to pull the needle out. I was walking down the hallway like a darted bull with the needle sticking out of my ass. I'm like, oh, thank you very much. I pulled the needle out of my ass, right? And I end up collapsing on the floor. That'd take me home. Which of those 3 stories?
God. So here's my thought process.
Okay, let's go.
The one you just told is so outrageous that it has to be true.
Okay.
Okay, the third one has to be true. I think that because we went from two truths and a lie from me to you first, you were thinking about your lie first. So that was going to be your first one, your first story. So your first story with the FBI agent, parts of that is a lie.
Boom. Yeah.
I love it. Man,
Yes.
I love it.
We did it, buddy.
There you go. Legend. That last story though, oh my God.
The worst part was I was a hero. I saved my friend's life. So I was like, I was finally in good graces with my second wife, and then like I come back, like crawling on the floor back from the bathroom. She's like, "What happened?" The stress was more than I could bear.
Amazing.